Bullseye.
What's up guys, it's me Tyroxes. Welcome back to another video. We've got episode number 2 of the WWE2k17 Universe Mode. Finally we're gonna get some gameplay as well in this episode. But before we go on into the show, I quickly want to tell you guys how I originally planned on doing stuff and how we had to work it out. You might have seen on Twitter I had to change plans. That's why the video is a bit late tonight. Basically the original idea was I was going to live com the whole show, then from the matches that are not the main event, just cut out the highlights from the live com and then do the main event completely as it is as a live com. But the only problem with that is that drags the show on way longer than it would be anyways. Previously, when we had only the highlight post com and then the live com for the main event, we had about 20-25 minutes as well for the episodes already. If I now live com, let's say somebody does backbreaker, I'm gonna talk about that backbreaker for like 20 seconds instead of just the 3-4 seconds that it takes to execute the move, which pretty much doubles or triples the length of the episode. That's just way too long. So I'm going to go back to the post com for the highlights, live com for the main event for now. If you guys have any suggestions, any other ideas how we're gonna do things, put it in the comments down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope we're gonna go into the show now. Hope you are looking forward to it. I certainly am. Of course, we're gonna start with NXT as the first show in this universe mode, as we skip the first Raw show. And the first match, the opener of this universe mode, is gonna be Curtis Axel versus Tyson Kidd. Curtis Axel started the match off good and most importantly smart with that nice stunner neck breaker. Of course, Tyson Kidd been out on the shelf for a long time due to his neck injury, so focusing on the neck, definitely a good idea by Curtis Axel right there. But Tyson Kidd got quickly back into the match with a nice gutbuster there, and from then on it was pretty much all Tyson Kidd. You can see there, nice elbow drop, and then showing some agility, some springboard moves from the second rope, going with a springboard leg drop, very nice from Tyson Kidd. Somebody that could be argued for the Cruiserweight Classic should they come back, could qualify, but of course that is only if he is not injured by that. Nice back suplex there you've seen on the apron as well, and then he's gonna head up the top rope. But it's not gonna be that easy, not gonna jump off straight away. No, he's gonna wait till Curtis Axel gets back up. He's taunting him up, say back, come on, go back on your feet. Curtis Axel is struggling and he goes with a nice Tower of London. Beautiful move, overhead neck breaker there to Curtis Axel. That could quite possibly be it already. Ref goes for the 2.5 seconds kick out. Very close affair there for Curtis Axel. Almost lost the match. You would argue Tyson Kidd maybe to be expected to win that match. He's taunting him up again. You can see Curtis Axel is again struggling, and there the fisherman swinging neck breaker. Again, a very nice move from Tyson Kidd, and that should be it now. Ref goes for the 1, 2, 3, and Tyson Kidd wins his first match of the universe mode. Very nice done by him. Of course, that could set him up for possibly a title shot in the near future for the NXT title. We'll see where that brings him. GM is surely going to take control of that. Very nice first victory of Tyson Kidd right there. The second match of the night is going to be the first tag team bout on NXT in the universe mode in general. It's going to be the Ascension, who also, same as Tyson Kidd, same as Curtis Axel, went down from the main roster to support NXT and the width of the roster, facing off against Blake and Murphy to maybe reignite the fire they had back in NXT when they went on an incredible run with the NXT tag team titles. The Ascension looked anything but great in the main roster run so far, so maybe this coming back to NXT is going to help them pick up their fire again. As I mentioned earlier, maybe going to give them another NXT tag title shot. Who knows? We'll see. But first of all, their first challenge is going to be Blake and Murphy. Not an easy challenge. Blake and Murphy, former NXT tag team champions themselves, but Victor and Connor doing good at the start to control that matchup against Blake and Murphy, pretty much keeping Blake in the match, and Murphy hasn't even been in this match a second. All the time on the apron, waiting for Blake to finally be able to get to him, to finally make the tag, and he gets the tag eventually, and then Blake and Murphy are looking to turn things around a bit. Murphy now in the ring against Victor with a nice power slam right there, getting a bit of momentum back for the former partners of Alexa Bliss. Of course, Alexa Bliss is also on the NXT roster for us, so If we're gonna see them reunited or not, we'll see. Of course, there's no mixed tag teams or anything in 2K, so that's not gonna be a thing. While we see a beautiful T-bone suplex to Connor from Murphy right there. Connor, a heavy dude, not easy to execute on a dude like Connor. And now looking for tag team move. Victor in the corner, Connor in the other corner, and Murphy gonna get struck by the flying uppercut and pretty much got the leg swept out beneath him, but Blake is there to break up the pin from Connor right there, paying attention and not letting his partner get pinned there. But another tag team with a doomsday device by the Ascensions, looking to take advantage of the weakened Blake and Murphy, of course, both taking heavy damage. And right there, Murphy busted wide open from that heavy knee that Victor delivered. Victor now goes headfirst into the turnbuckle though. Very vicious move there from Murphy. And looking to gain back control now. Maybe looking for a tag team move with Blake himself. And they are able to get that. Well, they're looking to do Blake up the top rope. Murphy with a nice vertical suplex. And now Blake with a splash. Victor now has taken a good amount of damage. And it is Connor now in the ring with Blake. Blake looking to not only deal damage to Victor, but also Connor, to assure that whoever is in the ring by the time they try to pin the other one, that other guy is not able to get in the ring fast enough and is exhausted, too exhausted to get in the ring fast enough to break up that pin. Blake now going up the top rope against Victor, looking for a very beautiful moonsault there. Shades of Charlotte if you want so. Going for the pin. 1, 2, 2.5. Kick out from Victor. Murphy taking Connor down. Gonna throw him outside the ring right there, making sure he's not gonna interfere while Black goes up the top rope once again. Beautiful moonsault we had a second ago. What's he looking for now? That splash again, frog splash from Blake, going for the pin once again. Connor is still down on the outside. Rest for the 1, 2, and 3. Blake and Murphy pick up the first upset victory of this universe mode, winning against the Ascension. Arguably an upset win. While Blake and Murphy were not the favorites going into that match, they're looking very good in the tag team division right now. Maybe at some point gonna get a title shot. Of course, we still got the Revival and the American Alpha in the tag team scene as well, not to be underestimated. Another decision I made with going to the post-com is cut out the promos that we had. We had 2 promos in this NXT show originally. A self-promotion from Zack Ryder to open the show, and a confrontation from Samoa Joe with Hideo Itami. I'm still going to give you, of course, the confrontation as it is part of the storyline, but I just think the engine of the promos is not that good, and it drags on quite long, as the promos are 5-6 minutes long, and there's not really anything you can cut out in a promo, is there? So Samoa Joe called out Hideo Itami, saying that he's a coward. And Hideo Itami, of course, not letting Samoa Joe speak about him like that. They wanted to fight. Hideo Itami wanted Samoa Joe to prove to him that he's better. He was ready to fight, but Samoa Joe was not willing to give him that fight just yet. But at the end of the promo, the GM came out, said, Samoa Joe's lucky. He's not going to have the match against Hideo Itami tonight. But next week in NXT's second show in the main event, we're gonna have Hideo Itami versus Samoa Joe, but that's not gonna be all. We're gonna have that match for the NXT title. Of course, every title is vacated still in NXT, and we are looking to crown the very first champion of this universe mode next week on NXT. The next match after Hideo Itami and Samoa Joe's confrontation is a women's bout between Bayley and Dana Brooke. Bayley looking to get into the NXT women's title picture. Dana Brooke maybe looking for an upset win to get herself a step closer to the title as well. Let's see how the match goes. Bayley starting that match out very well, throwing Dana Brooke out the ring straight away, going to the outside, looking to do some damage. Of course, a kick to the gut there against Dana Brooke. Another elbow drop from Bayley, looking to deal as much damage as possible, throwing her into the barricade, pulling her off, and a spear puts her into the barricade once again. But Dana Brooke is ready for that, throws Bayley into the barricade herself, and does once again, trying to do some damage to Bayley now. Bayley countering as soon as they are in the ring again with a head scissor and a very nice backbreaker there. Bayley maybe on the upper hand again, but Dana Brooke did not give up. This was quite an even match, surprisingly even if you look at pretty much who faced up there. Dana Brooke with a very nice move there, stretching the back of Bayley, and that's gonna hurt, and that's gonna leave a mark, I am sure. Bayley now taking some serious damage. Dana Brooke as well though. Very, very back and forth match. And Bayley now with arguably the highlight of the match, of the show possibly, with a nice baseball slide underneath the bottom rope there to Dana Brooke. From the outside to the outside, chase of Sami Zayn, who does that as a tornado DDT. Of course, now Bayley doing the same thing as Tyson Kidd, taunting Dana Brooke up as she is on the top rope with a head scissor into the pin, going for the 1, 2, but a kick out at 2 from Dana Brooke, doing very well to keep herself in the match there. Now countering Bayley with a knee as Bayley wanted to attack her in the corner with an elbow in the face of Bayley, now waiting for it to go up. Bayley is struggling and Dana Brooke is going for that Samoan driver, drives Bayley into the mat, going for the pin. Could that be the upset victory? Ref for the 1, 2, 3, and Dana Brooke does it. Upset victory against Bayley. Unbelievable. A second upset win in a row on NXT. NXT shows that this show is pretty much anyone's game. Dana Brooke looking good and putting her maybe one step closer to that NXT women's title, and Bayley not in a good shape for that title hunt. As we go into the co-main event of the evening, being Hideo Itami, who of course is going to have an NXT title match next week against Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas, of course, is one of the many members from the main roster that went down to NXT. First of all, to help NXT out, to pretty much strengthen the roster. But second of all, you gotta remember, most of the guys that came down from the main roster to NXT didn't have the best standing on the main roster, maybe haven't had title shots in a long time, and this is their chance to prove themselves again in NXT. They could maybe just go up to the top ranks again, get themselves a title shot. If you remember how good Bo Dallas was in NXT, he is a former NXT title, you gotta remember, a former NXT champion I should say, and maybe he can get another title shot, and maybe he can be the first ever two-time NXT champion. But of course, I said it before, we're gonna write our own record books, so basically we had no champions whatsoever so far. Bo Dallas could, if anything, be the first NXT champion, but those are looking to be either Hideo Itami or Samoa Joe, who are of course gonna face up next week for the title, as Bo Dallas delivers a nice belly to belly and another belly to belly takedown to Hideo Itami, doing some good damage. He's looking good against Hideo Itami, and Hideo Itami would not look good in a loss against Bo Dallas right there, going into his championship match next week. You gotta just think about it. There's two ways this goes for Hideo Itami. If he loses against Bo Dallas, that puts him in a horrible spot for that NXT championship match, and you also gotta wonder what happens to Bo Dallas then, beating the #1 contender. But Hideo Itami, of course, losing all the momentum he has going into that championship match, but the other way around it goes as well. If Hideo Itami wins that match against Bo Dallas, highly contested match, and would be a good one to win it, he goes into that championship match with a lot of potential and a lot of momentum. Of course, Samoa Joe not having a match because he wanted a night off, he got the night off. But if Hideo Itami wins and Samoa Joe has a night off, I would say Hideo Itami has the edge in that match, and another vicious few shots to the face of Bo Dallas. He is bloody now though, taunting Hideo Itami up for a nice spear there. Last time we see someone bleed, it was Murphy, and they won the match. This time Bo Dallas bloody. Is he gonna win it right there? Oh no, 2.9 seconds kick out from Hideo Itami, just about able to keep himself into the match. Still, but Bo Dallas again waiting. We've seen one crossroads from him already. If he can deliver a second one, this one is surely over. And he does. He picks him up. Crossroads, he hits it. Is that going to be the next upset victory on NXT? Bo Dallas for the pin. 1, 2, ref goes for the 3. Oh my god, Bo Dallas has won again. Well, not won again, but we've got another upset victory is what I want to say. Bo Dallas wins. Hideo Itami not looking good for this title match next week at NXT. And now we're heading into the main event of the evening. It is Rich Swann versus one half of the Revival, Dash Wilder. You probably had to look twice at the thumbnail as you saw Rich Swann on there. But you did see and you did hear correctly. Rich Swann is one of the newest signings of NXT, and he's looking to face off against Dash Wilder. First NXT straight away into the main event for Rich Swann, and he's looking to make an impact against one half of the Revival. Just imagine if he wins that match. Revival, of course, are one of the top contenders for the tag team titles together with American Alpha, who we've not seen in action this week. So they still are on the roster, no worries about that. But Rich Swann, if he could win against Dash Wilder and maybe get himself a partner or whatever, or somehow beat Scott Dawson as well, he is in a good spot in that tag team division, even though he doesn't even have a partner. But that's a way to get yourself into a title shot as well. Just pretty much beating top contenders. Maybe the tag team title is not the smartest idea there for him, as he of course is a solo wrestler, but who knows what the future brings. Rich Swann though, of course, huge prospect from the Cruiserweight Classic, as we see a very nice sit-up powerbomb there. One of the most popular Cruiserweight Classic contenders, and he's looking to face off against the rather unpopular Dash Wilder. Not unpopular because he's a bad wrestler or anything, but how the Revival win their matches can be argued about, to put it lightly. They use everything they can do to make them win, they will do. And if it is unfair, if it is illegal, they don't care. As long as the ref doesn't see it, it's not illegal. That's their motto, while Rich Swann delivers another very nice German suplex. They're looking good in that match. A nice crossface there. So Rich Swann, of course, is singles wrestler. Dash Wilder is not. So you would argue Rich Swann has the huge upper hand. Rich Swann also in top form, as he has competed in the Cruiserweight Classic very recently. Has had one of the best, or some of the best, singles matches we've seen in the last couple of months in WWE over just the last few weeks. So that is not an easy opponent, especially for Dash Wilder, but he wants to prove himself. He wants to prove that he can not only wrestle together with Scott Dawson, but also can take an opponent on by himself, while we see a nice Michinoku driver there by Rich Swann and a standing shooting star press. And that's the exciting stuff you're going to see from the Cruiserweight Classic contenders. While he goes up to the second rope, what's he looking to do now? He's taunting up Dash Wilder. Dash Wilder slowly creeping back up to his feet. He's struggling. And a nice missile dropkick there with the nip up by Rich Swann. Of course, very exciting. He likes to dance, he likes to party, but he can also wrestle. And he can wrestle very well, as he's proven in this match already. And he's proven in loads of matches past. And hopefully gonna prove in loads of matches in the future. Who knows? Maybe a contestant for the NXT title at some point as well. And there you can see how popular he is. But you gotta pay attention. In a match like that, you don't want to be overconfident. You don't want to spend your time taunting or cheering up the universe for too long. Dash Wilder was up on his feet. Rich Swann turned around just at the right time to prevent an attack from back there from Dash Wilder. So maybe lucky from Rich Swann. Maybe he knew what he was doing. But we see a nice shining wizard kick there from Rich Swann. That could be it for Dash Wilder, if he would go for the pin. But he's looking at him. What's he got in plan? I think he's just thinking about how he's going to finish him off, because he's got so many moves in his locker, so many exciting moves he can present and finish off matches with as well. He's just not sure how to finish that match, as Dash Wilder is now back in action. Rich Swann into the corner, turns him around up, and throws him into the corner on the other side with a nice clothesline to follow up. And Rich Swann is down for now. What's Dash Wilder going to do now? Is he going to go for a pin? No, we've not seen any pinfall tries, if I'm not mistaken, in this match whatsoever. So both guys, if it is respect over confidence, or just making sure he's down before you go for the pin, that's up to you to decide. Of course, you could say they're overconfident, saying they don't need to cover them. You could say they respect them and no, he's not gonna stay down just after that. Or it's just stupid to not go for the pin because they could be down, or they just making sure he's down and not wasting time with pins and going for another power move straight away again, while Dash Wilder is now on a good offense in this match. A nice backbreaker you've seen there, and an elbow drop there as well. Now taunting Rich Swann up. What's he looking to do? Is he going to finish him off straight away? Dash Wilder jumps at him. What was that? There's the cold breaker. Very nice move there. Usually paired up with Scott Dawson on that move, but he kind of did it by himself as well. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Dash Wilder beats Rich Swann. Unbelievable. I'd say that is another upset. That would be the 4th upset victory in this universe mode. Incredible first episode of NXT. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, of course, leave a like down below. Tell me how you liked it. What do you want to have changed or anything? So, excuse me. Feedback and suggestions welcome in the comments down below, of course. And next week's NXT, which is of course going to be in 3 episodes, I want to say. So we got SmackDown, then Raw, then NXT again. We've got the first championship match in this universe mode. Hideo Itami versus Samoa Joe for the NXT title. Looking forward to that. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm out for that one. Have a good one, and peace.